Hi guys, it's Rachel here. So I'm here with gift idea number 2. This idea is going to be a gift box, and so obviously a lot of you have been asking me about my glory box. So I thought I'd do a gift box in a similar way. I haven't thought about, I've got 2 ideas of what to put in it. So it might have to be a few part video for gift idea number 2 for Christmas. But basically what I've got here for this one is this wooden box that I just bought from my little shop around the road. I'm sure you can buy these. It's almost like a balsa wood, but you know, that cheap sort of wood. And this one had already been whitewashed. So I thought it was perfect. I like that effect. And then what I did was, and I had to do this before the video, otherwise it would never be done. I basically got just the back of a notepad. And so I've got one here. I'll just grab it. So the back of a notepad, you know, that sort of chipboard there. And I cut it down to size. I measured around here and I cut it down to size with my knife. And then I collaged it with some watered down PVA glue with just some old book pages, and it will sit on top. That's going to be the lid, so it'll lift up like that. Now the next part to do is I cut out actually I ripped it, although you can't see it, you won't be able to see it, just a piece of cotton, not too thick. And I've gathered just a bit of tulle and laces and linens and hemps around the edge, and I've stitched around them, and that is going to go on the top. Now it does cover up pretty much all of the book page, but I don't care because you will be able to see it on the edges, and that was the plan. And then I've got this lovely medieval mirage image that's going to go on there. So we'll do that. We'll finish this off. I'm not going to show you how I did that. That's just gathering up things. If you don't have a sewing machine, you could glue them down, and obviously the process would just take a bit longer because you'd have to let the glue dry a little bit, like sort of hold the gathers down while they dry, otherwise they'll pop up. So this is going to be my image. I'm going to put a little bit of, like this has coffee dyed paper because I was going to make this into a gelling card, but I really liked it on here. And the coffee dyed paper is making it a little bit stronger. I'm going to grab my PVA glue. I'm not going to go right to the edges because I'm going to stitch around it. I also wanted to keep the stitching to a minimum in the video as well because some people don't like it. But really it's not hard to create your base, and one of the reasons why I'm not going to show it on video is because I actually did a course and I feel disloyal. Even though that person doesn't watch me, I feel disloyal to them if I were to show you that. But it's fairly simple. It's nothing, it's not rocket science, let's just say that. So you put your image on there, and I actually haven't gathered all my tools that I need, so this could be an interesting video. No, actually I quite like it there. It's not quite finished. There's other things to do to it. So I didn't get a video done yesterday. Oh, I'll just bring my sewing machine over. You probably won't be able to see me. Now I'm using my iPad. No microphone because the microphone's bodgy. I can't trust it, and I need to buy a new one. And I have trouble getting things off my telephone. And also my telephone, the battery's going flat. So that's why I'm not using that. Now I'm just going to stitch around this, and remember there's no glue there, so there's no problem. I'm going to try not to relax, so that way I speak loudly throughout the video. I think this is very pretty. And I might go around twice just for fun. Just because I like the look. Okay, so that's done. Get you out. Okay. So if you start off with a base, it makes life much easier. Now the reason I put glue under there is so that it's not all puffy. And now I had another piece. I've lost it. Yes, I have. I had a piece that I had pulled out. Where is it? What was I going to do? Oh, this piece. Here it is. Found it. Stupid thing. Get out of the way. I was going to gather this up just a little bit in a very relaxed fashion, as you do. I was just going to gather it up. So what I do is I just pin it. Just gather it a little bit like that, and then I just do it with my sewing machine, and I might zigzag down that one. Just zigzag down the center. My petal is slipping away from me. I probably could have done with a bigger piece. Okay. No need to backstitch. Oh, isn't that pretty? That really did it. I don't think it needs too much more fabric-y sort of stuff on it. Just trim those off. I mean, you can leave your threads flying if you like them. Right, and then I think I might just grab, I'll put some, I need a little bit more of something there. So let's just, let me see here. Oh, that's just going to be very pretty. Yeah, a little bit more of something there. So let's just grab the lacy bits. Well, there's not many lacy bits in there. Can I open my drawer? Oh, yes, I can. Okay, so I've got that bit there. Do you want a bit of that? Just bunched up. Just chop a piece off. It doesn't matter. I will be able to use it at some stage. A piece of this. Maybe, no, that's too similar to the one before. Just put that there. Yep, that's it. Put that there, and just let me see here. Yeah, just tuck bits under. I quite like that, although maybe it's too much. Maybe, oh, I might put a little ruffly thing there done with paper. Just thinking for a second. That's all right. Put some buttons down there. Maybe some buttons down there on a piece of paper. I'm not sure about this piece. Do I like it? Maybe I need something that's not quite as bulky. So did I say, yes, I headed to Florence with Lulu. We had a lovely day. We went for a day trip, which was fun, and very easy to get there. And we just went about and did a few things, and got some lace here. Got some more laces because I needed those, didn't I? I just get worried they're going to run out, you see. So I just have to, I don't think you can ever have too many laces. I think you just have to collect them. And then, of course, I want to hoard them all. I could have a bit of lace there, or I could have a bit of lace here. I like that. I think I like that more. Just hold that. I just might have it over there a little bit further. Pin it. And there. I like it at an angle, so that's going to go there. And I'm going to ditch that piece. I'll just put it in the basket to be used another day. So I'm just going to stitch that. And all it really needs is a zigzag down the centre. There we go. So just building up your layers a little bit. So as you saw, I started with my working around. I didn't bother covering under the bottom. I did on my first one because I didn't know what I was doing. Here I didn't, and so that one, my glory box is a bit lumpy, whereas this one is not, because I didn't put anything too much there, so that's much better. And I stitched it flat underneath where the image was going to go. So I really like that, and I'm going to put some buttons. I'll have to hop up and get them because I'm very disorganized and I don't have any old book page. Now, what am I going to do? What? Oh, here we go. I do so. Tell a lie, I've got a bag of it here. And now I have to decide. I think I'm going to tear a piece sideways just to see if I might like it to go sideways. Super old, early 1800s, this book page. I think I might like it to go down there, but that's too big. I don't want to cover everything up. So, what did I do? I think I just glued it down there, or did I stitch around it? Oh, I just stitched down the centre of it. I really love that. So I'm just going to do a little zigzag down there. There's no glue going on. Love that. Okay. And just trim those off. And I'm just going to hop up and grab my, oh, I don't have my threads in here, they're in the other room. I'll have to use regular cotton. Oh, I could grab those. Just a second. Those and these. Okay. Right, so I've got my, these are buttons in my little stash here. Oops, one dropped on the floor. Okay, so I like to have just 3 different sort of buttons. I'll put one, oh, isn't that cool? Maybe just one button. Let's have a look. Maybe I'd like a button down there. Oh yeah, maybe 2 and then 1 over there. That's it, I think, is it? Or 3 over there. Lulu, yeah. Can I ask your opinion, please? Yeah. I'll use that thread. Now, this is the choice. 3 buttons over there,
yeah,
or 2 buttons over there and 1 button over there.
1 button over here too.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Off screen.
Oh, right. I'm off screen. Thank you, Screen Master. Okay, so I've got this. I should have a needle. Oh my goodness. Right, I think I'll just use 2 strands. This is just regular DMC 6-stranded embroidery thread. So we'll just grab a needle. Let me see what needle. Do I have any good needles here? That one will do. I have one needle that's blunt. I think I threw it out. Hopefully I don't keep pulling that one out. And then, as another part to the video, we might fill it. I have to decide because I want to do 2 different types of gift box. I might have to do 2 different types of gift box ideas, I think. So, oh my goodness, now would you know I cannot find where the hole is. Where is the hole? I really do not enjoy sewing on buttons for this reason. I'm just going to punch it down there so I can kind of see. Oh, well, I thought I might be able to see, but I can't. Because, of course, it's not paper. Oh, you really need to sit here and watch me look for that. Wait, what about if I just go there? There we go. And I usually do a couple of stitches, and that should be enough. Okay, and I'm not going to cut it off, but what I will do, just to be sure, because just say one button comes undone and you didn't cut your thread off, then the other button will come off. So I've sealed it there, so it won't, if this one were to come undone, that one won't come off. So I'll stitch this one on here. Oh, I love this. I really had a little bit of a block. I was, because I've got too many things flying around in my head, and I just didn't know what I wanted to do. And so this is good that I've finally made a decision. Of course, you don't have to do it with the fabric. You could do it with a collage of papers. It would be very pretty all the same. You could have your fabrics glued down flat. There's no need to have it as frou-frou as I've done it. This is just the way I felt like doing it. Okay, we'll put this over here. You could have a slow stitched top on if you know, like if you're slow stitching. But I thought you'd be more interested in the construction of the actual box part, because each person can put their own spin on the creative side of it. Okay, I've stitched in my tail, doesn't matter. Okay, so that's good, that's done. There's actually no more stitching involved, like as in sewing machine stitching, which is good because I've done all of that. I can tell you it's a very fast project. Once you know what you want to do, it's very fast. Put that over there, put those back in there, out of my way. Okay, so that's my top. I wondered, did I want any words? I've got some, so this is a medieval mirage image, and then here got some nice words in this is the floral, illuminated floral maidens. I won't use those scissors, I'll use these one. No, well, I didn't want to use those ones either, but I might use Field of Flowers. And I mean, of course you could, I'm choosing not to make it a Christmas box. It's going to be a Christmas gift, it can be, but no, I don't think I want anything else on there. Okay, I just had to see to know. Okay, so my next job is, just let me find it. No, not that one. Down here, if I can open the drawer. I could use that there, or this is the one that I used for this box. Now these are this is a linen trim. Do I need it to be that thick? I could, or I could use this one. I think I'll use the thick one. And now I cut it about, yeah, about that long. So there's no measurements involved, I'm just eyeballing it. But if you want to see, I can show you with my ruler just in case. So that's going to go there. Okay, so that's 7 centimeters and 2 3/4 inches. So I need 6. Okay, so if you don't have like a linen trim like this, you can use any other trim. It should tell you how wide it is, 1.5 inches and 4 centimeters. You can always use fabric, any type of fabric will be just as nice. I wouldn't use paper. Fabric or trim is better because it's stronger, and we need 6, as I mentioned. I didn't cut that very well. I think I'm up to number 4, and I just buy this at the shop around the corner from my house. They do have some nice things, but I mean, it's, you know, it's not an aesthetically beautiful shop. It's like a hardware store really, but they have a little creative section out the back. And they do have some nice, initially you can buy some nice trims, like linen trims. I wish I had my good scissors here, but they're in the other room. Everything's in the other room because, as I told you, I spread all over the house. Okay, so that's that. Chuck those down there. Now, this is going to be the front. So this is the back. Okay. And I'm going to eyeball it. So that's going to go there. So I need my PVA glue. Is it about wide enough? Looks like it. Oh yes, look at that. So is that about halfway? Should we measure? 17, so half of 17 is 8.5. Yes, that's about right. Okay. And then I'm going to glue on my next one, which will go... Now I need to be careful because this box has this here, so I do not want that to get in the way. So I need to glue these fairly close together. That's what I need to pay attention. With this other box that I did, this was just like a wallet, a guest box when I bought a wallet, and so it's very thin, so you can put them further apart is what I want to say. So that's my line there. And I have found, oops, stuck my finger in the glue, didn't I? That was clever. I have found the PVA glue to be very strong. Here we are. I'm on screen. So that needs to glue down there, and then another one here. And this is probably a little bit thicker than what you need. I probably don't need it to be that thick, but for now, you see that's not going to... That one needs to slide over slightly, and you'll see why in a minute, because now I'm going to, before I do anything else, is I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to glue these here. Make them round about the same height. And they are going to glue there, but only this part here. Only this part. Okay, so I'll put the middle one on first. Don't really need the buttons anymore either. Then this one's going to go here. And you can paint your box any colour that you like. You can cover it. If it's not, if you're just using a cardboard box, which is what my first one was, then you can cover it all in book page. You could cover it all in decorative sort of paper. Okay, so I mean that will have to kind of dry. I'm going to be going too fast for the actual project, so I'll just, I mean, don't really need to because it's the same. So that's that, and I'm just doing that so I can see. Now I'm going to glue this onto here. So I need to get glue. Just make sure I'm on screen here. So you can all go and make your own glory box, or you can give them as gifts, which I think is really fun. And they can use, whoever can use them as a jewelry box or whatever. You know, you can never have too many boxes. Right. And that is the top, and I'm just going to lift it off and sort of make sure I get it on straight. I put it more to the back actually. I need to just pull it more to the front. It's better. And just smush it around, make sure it all sticks down. I mean, it's not going to come off. I'm sure you're just having trouble thinking, what is she doing? What is it that she's doing? Make sure you get it down there where those tabs are, because they're pressure points. Just let me see here. It's all stuck down. Okay. And then on this side, so that is my top. So that's the bottom there. Is that correct? No, that's wrong. So yes, make sure you double check. I'm going to flip it up like that. So I've got this little piece. This is an antique fabric. It's a little bit transparent, so it probably won't fare too well. But I'm going to put that there. That's going to go on the inside. I chose a fabric. You could do paper. So that's the way it has to go. So I'm going to get the glue on here and do that. Oops. Now. Sorry? Oh, not too long. Lulu's getting hungry. It's 1:30. We haven't. Oh, is it 2? It's 2. We haven't had lunch yet. But you had breakfast at 11 o'clock, Lulu. Okay. I'll stop in a minute and I'll join 2 videos together if I see that I'm going to be too long. Okay, so that's going to go across there. I'm thinning this one out because my fabric's thin. And I don't want to have big loopy bits of, although I've got too much glue on there. Where's my thing? You want to get it right to the edges. And again, don't have to do fabric, you can do paper. Okay. Yes, that's correct, because it's going to flip up and you don't want to see the basket upside down, do you? That goes there. Oh, yes, it's fine. Just smooth it out as best you can. We're not making anything that's too perfect. It's not going to the queen. I'll put some glue under the bits that are popping up. Okay, and then we could decorate inside here if you wanted to, like you could put a label in there if you wanted to. I did that here. I mean, it doesn't really have any purpose, but you could then go ahead and glue anything inside. I guess you could put a little label in there, and I mean, isn't that pretty? That's going to attach there. That's just very pretty. So, how did I attach it? This is the tricky bit. Now that's not stuck down. I'm just going to fix that before I do anything else. That's a little bit crooked. That should be better. So what I need to do is, I think this is how I did it. You open these up like so. And I'm going to put some glue on these. I'm going to be quite generous with my glue because these need to hold the lid on. And then I'll show you, this is important I think, because otherwise you won't be able to fold it down. And you'll see what I mean in a second. So I can fix up bits that don't have glue in a minute. So basically what I want to do is hold those up and I want to lay my lid on my box. Now this is just the more fiddly bit. I want to lay it on my box so I can see, okay, I've lined it up on my box. I've got my other ones inside and I'm going to push those down. I don't know if you can see, and I may have to trim them. Oh no, they're all right. Push those down. Oh, that's not quite lined up. Push those down and they are glued. Now in an ideal world, you would wait for this to dry before you go ahead and do anything else. See, it's glued on there. They are a little bit long, but it doesn't matter. Okay, and the next thing you have to do is, now this one is working slightly different to my other one just because it's it's a thicker box. So I didn't think of that, but it doesn't matter because I'll glue those down like that. So what I can do, I think, is lie it down like this and open it out. Yes, that's what I can do. And I'm just going to get some glue onto these. Oh, the lid's already off, Rachel. A little bit there. I'm on screen, yes. And get some glue on here. You can use your Fabri-Tac, your tacky glue, whatever you prefer. I find my PVA works just fine. Okay, I'm going to take my middle one first, I think. And I'm just going to attach it there. And I'll tuck that under there. That's fine. Oh, now I've got a problem there, which is what I was worried about before. But hopefully it'll be okay. Oh yes, it's fine. So it's not too much of a problem, it's just glued onto there. Okay, now I'm hoping it will close. Yes, while it's still wet, jig it about and it's closed. So that's good, and just make sure, I think I'll leave it closed so it can dry, but that is the lid, that's how it is, that's how it works, that's how I did the other one. Now you could stick it outside first, you could do this part first, and obviously stick that on, or you could even stick that on afterwards. You have to stick your tab, yeah, so you could put these tabs on first, the ones that are on the top, and then glue it onto the box is what you could do. Then you could put this on, and then you could open it when that's dry, and then you could glue your tabs on here. That probably would be easier, and then put this over the top to cover it. So it's either way you could do it. So that is my little gift box. Now the other thing that can be done, which I don't know whether I want to do, is if you were to have some lace that was the right width, you could actually glue lace or different laces. I did different laces around my other one. You could glue laces around the wood here if you wanted to, or around the bottom one. I don't know whether I want to do that. I don't think I do. I think I like it like that. So that is my gift box. And that's pretty much how I made my glory box as well. So that will dry, as I said, probably what is easier if you do do this part, inside part, afterwards. But that is just fine. I don't mind if that stays up like that when you open it. Actually, I prefer it because it's putting less pressure on the tabs, and it's sitting perfectly on top, as you can see. It's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So that is my little box. And now I won't do it today, but there will be a part 2, and I'll show you maybe what to fill it with. I don't know whether we'll make it all together or whether it might be stuff that you've already seen me make. I'll decide, because I need to have a think about what to put in there. So that's a lovely gift box. I mean, you could fill it with tea. You could put like little lavender sachet and things like that in there. There's so many different things that you could put in there. You could put crafty stuff in there, all kinds of things. So that is gift idea number 2. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you soon. Bye.